You're grooving to the music on Jamroom. Only on Good Morning Delhi with Sarthak.
And that's a lovely idea, is it not, to groove to the music of Jamroom, and it's a Friday. Never say it normally. It's so disrespectful to the day that opens its portals out of the weekend for you and all of that. But what's opened out is our studio door, and in walks Parikrama. That's right. An honor to have Mr. Subir Malik, Mr. Nitin Malik, the wonderful, legendary Mr. Saurabh Chaudhary, the about to be legendary Mr. Mr. Mittal, Abhishek Mittal, and of course the incredible Mr. Gaurav Balani, who's been here, earned his chops with Jamna Par in the studio and all. This is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for coming in. And Translucent Night Light is the new single that Translucent Night is the new single that Parikrama has got out, and finally one more flag on a very vast landscape of rock that sort of has been populated by Parikrama. You remember those dusty lanes of Kirodi College still, Subir bhai?
Yeah, of course, yeah. It started from there. How can we forget? Can't forget those days.
AC/DC Bajana is still strong within? Yes?
Yeah. Depends what we're doing, where we're playing. Normally festivals, this, that, all the other things. So we play some cover that, when we're doing pub shows or concept concerts. Colleges, unfortunately, don't have English rock much now. So we concentrate on corporate shows. So when we're doing corporate shows and stuff like that, then a little bit. Otherwise, of course, we mostly play original sets.
Age has introduced fusion into the playlist, hasn't it? Nitin, the high notes still remain as high, but sometimes it's also very soulful now, no. I still remember. I still remember that AC/DC beginning with the with that scream which got 10,000 people screaming along at the IIT Madras amphitheater many moons ago. But those moons are still as bright, aren't they?
Yeah, I would rather call it soul stirring rather than getting soft. I mean, you practice your craft enough, and you tend to grow old a little slower than usual than most people.
That happens. I'm sure that happens. But it's been a while from starting from the time when people used to say, "Oh, Parikrama does only covers. Yeah, we are doing OCs." Original compositions, to actually being invited by Iron Maiden for the Download Festival, to going to the corners of the country to record some incredible first of their kind videos. It's been a bit of a journey, no? So sometimes you feel, let's sit back, enjoy this a little, but no, you must bring out a new song. Isn't it? How does it feel?
Just to let you know, buddy, this is just the starting of a series of songs that we are releasing. So our aim is actually to release about 50 songs in the next 5 years. And a few of them, of course, will be from the old catalogue.
Sure.
Because so much of old catalogue we've never recorded. So you know that out of hundreds of songs, we have about 3 studio albums.
Sure.
So anyone who follows us from before knows how we hate the studio and stuff like that.
It's true.
And that's the irony. I'm sitting in a studio right now.
Sometimes, all this publicity bit and all.
No, basic scene was Parikrama was always a live act.
That's
so
true.
Nothing to do with the radio studio as such.
Yeah.
But
and then of course COVID happened, about which we'll talk about a little later. But there's Parikrama in the studio. How can there not be music? So Translucent Night, yes,
absolutely.
Here it comes.
Little girl, you're shining like 1,000 bucks, hanging like a star on a distant light. You change the seasons at will, little bird upon the hill, gazing on in wonder at this magic night. Whispers in my being, the darkness is gone. I feel it in my bones, the song of dawn. Gaze on, gaze on, gaze on this translucent night.
Subir bhai, fireworks. they're back, no?
Yeah.
No fireworks abhi. Cold pyros, no.
Yeah, I mean, when we stopped doing that, tab to cold pyro and all, India mein tha hi nahi.
हाँ.
And yeah, so we used to do that, I think in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff like
You
that.
literally were the band that said, boss, you know, music can be a visual experience as well.
Yeah.
Or ye le lo. And of course, I must mention the late and undoubtedly great Sonam Sherpa, who I had the honor of calling a very close friend. He was, I'm sure, I mean, he's been part of that journey. So such an intrinsic part. Does it still hurt a little? I mean, what are the feelings about Sonam and taking the stage again after we so tragically lost him so suddenly?
Yeah, we took our time because this happened in February.
Yeah.
Though I still remember after coming back from the funeral, I mean, I was still at the airport and the flight was delayed. That time I called everyone from the band and told everyone. Everybody was in shock.
Yeah.
So we said we have to, so we had to cancel a few. There was a tour of Sri Lanka, so we cancelled that. But then we decided that we have to do something about it. We can't just let it go down. And
Absolutely.
of course, the dean also said that Sonam's wife, that you have to do it for Sonam, and of course that was encouraging.
Absolutely.
And but then of course COVID happened, so that gave us a lot of time to think, introspect about things, and that's when we now have announced a total change of track as to what we've done in 32 years and what we're doing now.
Sure.
So it was always Sonam's dream to record all the songs, but as a band we never went to the studios, and we played live, told our fans to copy our songs and whatever stuff like that. So now we have totally changed that track.
Sure.
We will be releasing much more music, studio versions. Translucent, as we said, is part one of it.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, Sonam is there always.
And there could be no more fitting a tribute than to play his music, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's important. Also, the band remains a band that's totally and absolutely live in its character, as you said. I mean, you hate being inside the four walls. It's the cold pyros and the big stages. How did COVID affect Parikrama, the band? I mean, both creatively and financially, it must have been a bit of a hit, no?
So I think creatively it was very good, because the point is that again, whatever tragedies happened with us before, again it gave us time to sit back and go through our old catalog and try and understand that we actually have like hundreds of songs that we don't. Some of them we didn't even know we've written.
Sure.
So there were so many ideas from Sonam, Nitin, Saurabh. Everybody had sent in their ideas.
Sure.
There were songs that were 50%, songs that were 70%, and there were so many songs that were 100%, but we had even forgotten. In fact, one song in GIR, I had got the tape converted, and we were listening, and I actually put it into the group, and only Saurabh remembered the name. We forgot we ever wrote that song.
Actually, that's true. But Saurabh, you partnered Sonam's genius for a very, very long time. I mean, personally, was that a bit of a journey for you, coming back from that?
Yeah, I mean, playing the same instrument
exactly.
and traveling together for like 20 years, sharing a room together, being on stage together, meeting on and off stage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot.
I'm sure.
And I think it's pretty evident, like when I joined the band, I was a bit raw, I would say, back then. And then sharing ideas and whatnot with Sonam.
Sure.
And I inculcated all of that in my playing. So it's been quite a learning curve.
Absolutely, and I'm sure all of us, his spirit was just so infectious that all of us will remember that with a huge smile every time we think about.
आज तक तेरे साथ ये हुआ है, काट दियो बाद में परिक्रमा आया तो पता चल गया वो भी गिर गया Rock
yes,
and roll thunder ho gaya hai.
our anime fell, which was the noise that you just heard. It's actually rock and roll thunder that's happening here. And since we're talking about Sonam, one of those songs that remind us of the classic lineup, so to speak. But It Rained is what you're doing next, yes?
Sure.
La 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 la. Wrapped in a polythene, tucked away safe in my mind. A little goodbye, maybe, or just a passing smile. Birds fly away to the southern sky, so chill. A bunch of paper flowers, or a little boy left all alone. Can somebody hear me? I'm screaming from so far away. Morning will come, you now, the evening is late again. Will this life get any better? Oh, yesterday's and today's. How I lost the sun will shine tomorrow, but it rains. But it rains.
Yes, that's the musicality that everyone talks about. Yes, there's of course, the teeth clenching, fist pumping, foot stomping, up-tempo songs, but there's also the considered music, the nuance of notes that come in, and that's the sonic spectrum that Parikrama has. If you haven't heard their music, it's all up there on parikrama.com. There's also some wonderful t-shirts that say some very, very uncensored things that you might want to buy and flaunt, of course. We're coming back after a short little break. You don't go, okay?